Nisha ji, what motivates you to join hands with Boost India Foundation?
I think Boost India is a game-changing.
How would you react to the people who are disrespecting our culture?
I would say boot them out of the country. Throw them. I was not happy with it.
कितने हमारे जैसे हो यार? Sorry, मैं पूरा आउट ऑफ ट्रैक चला गया, पर मुझसे कंट्रोल नहीं हो रहा. कितने हमारे जैसे हो? नमस्कार. Today at Boost India podcast, let's welcome the actor, the philanthropist, the writer, the luxury consultant, the lady who is doing the prachar and prasar of our holy book, the Bhagavad Gita. The lady herself, Mrs. Nisha JamVwal ji. Namaskar, ma'am.
Namaskar.
Welcome to the podcast of Boost India.
Thank you so much.
Nisha ji, first of all, I would like to know what is Nisha inside and out? Who is Nisha JamVwal basically? From inside and from outside.
From inside and outside, yeah. I'm a rather unfiltered person, so I'm quite the same inside and outside. But what you just said is important, that when you see me, you see a very Western person. Yeah. A very anglicized person. That's a product of what I've been educated as. In India, we predominantly have convent schools, English schools. So from outside, I'm an anglicized person. But from inside, I'm a 100% Deshbhakt Indian. I'm a person who's trying to propagate and talk about and celebrate the genuine Indian itihas, the history of India, the books of India, the richness of India, which is the Bhagavad Gita, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata. That's the history of India. And what really saddens me is that growing up, we know the Bible so well because we've studied it. But we don't have any knowledge of, for instance, when I grew up, of course, we all know Ram and Krishna and Arjun, and we know about Kurukshetra. We know everything. But you know, the in-depth knowledge of what happened, how did our states form, how did we, so we know basic history. But our true itihas, we need to study, we need to learn. And I don't want the coming generation to be, to be like me. That at this stage of my life, I'm actually studying. You know what I did during COVID? I did a full, I've done a full study, a diploma of the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh my God.
I studied 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, under Braj Mohan Prabhuji.
Okay.
I've got a double diploma on the Bhagavad Gita. And I loved the class so much that I told him that would he write a book. So he wrote the book at my behest, and he's actually dedicated that book to me.
Oh,
so that book is the Bhagavad Gita in a more lucid, in a more easy and a more understandable, the understanding of the book is very easy. So that people who are uninitiated will be able to read it and understand our Bhagavad Gita better. There's also Shubhvilas Prabhu, who's written the Ramayana and the Mahabharata for children.
Oh, yes. That's great.
It's an illustrated book. So if I have to give a gift to some child, I don't give toys and I don't give playthings.
Yeah.
I give the Ramayana and the Bhagavad Gita illustrated by Shubhvilas Prabhu. So from the inside, I'm a very patriotic person who wants India and the Indianness of our country to be understood and to be celebrated. And I don't believe also that you have to, be dressed in a particular way to be Indian. You can be anything, but from inside you have to be able to understand the beauty and the riches of India.
Because somewhere I have heard that you want our holy books to be introduced in our school curriculum. What is...
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up studying the Bible. I studied Shakespeare, I studied Chaucer, Milton, Dante. What my question to this country is, what my question to the government of India is, what my question to the entire school curriculum of this nation is, why are we not studying our own history?
True.
Why are we not studying our own books? I mean, they are so brilliantly written by Sri Tulsidas and by our ancients. Why are they not in our system? Why are they not in our literature, in our history? So why am I studying Munshi Premchand in my 6th standard. And that also as a second subject.
Yeah, it was.
Why is it not one of the mainstream subjects? So today, if I have to speak in English, I'm very eloquent. But I'm having to study Hindi now. I have to study certain words. I have no shame in admitting that I think in English. That's not my fault. It's because the first, we study all history, biology, geography in English. So that's not my fault. So I'm not saying give up English. It gives us an edge in the world.
Right.
We are successful because we are so eloquent. But on the other hand, we should be as eloquent in Hindi. That is my biggest contention. And also we should be able to study the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the Panchatantra, the Jataka tales. These are our, this is our legacy. It's a beautiful, rich legacy of India.
Yeah.
Do you know that at Oxford University, Sri Radhanath Swami, the head of ISKCON, teaches the Bhagavad Gita at Oxford University.
Right.
In many schools in Denmark, they are saying our mantras, the Bhagavad Gita.
The Westerns, they are adopting our culture,
Yes.
but yes, we as Indians,
we should adopt our own culture.
Right.
We should have it in our school curriculum, and we should have the Bhagavad Gita. Prem Nidhi Prabhuji has written the Bhagavad Gita in a very easy, understandable, lucid form, which we should introduce from the first standard onwards. We shouldn't reach the age of 35 and 40 and start grappling with what is our history.
True.
And it's so rich and so beautiful that I want to fight to make it the part of our school curriculum. I want to abolish I want to fight to abolish any section or article that is preventing it to be introduced in our
which are like just now one of our colleagues said ki there are certain articles, because of those articles we are unable to get our holy books into our curriculum.
So we have to fight that as Indians.
True.
We have to fight for Indianness. We have to fight for our innate desire to be what we are born to.
True. How would you react to the people who are disrespecting our culture?
I would say boot them out of the country. Throw them out. Anyone who can't celebrate our culture, celebrate India, why are they in India then? Why should anyone who doesn't respect India, who doesn't respect Bharat, who doesn't respect the country that they were born to? I mean, we are no longer colonial leftovers. We are not anymore, subjugated by the Brits. Why should we disrespect our culture? Whoever you are, you have to respect India. You have to respect the Indian culture. You have to respect the fact that you live in India.
Like, would you like to share any of your experiences or your stories? Like, what motivates you to prioritize social responsibility?
My first social responsibility and my first cause is to create ramps in India.
Okay.
Ramps for the people who use wheelchairs.
Okay.
I feel India is the only country in the world where people who have knee injuries, back injuries,
right,
senior citizens, they don't go to cinemas, they don't go to restaurants, they don't go to parties, they don't go out for dinner because there are no ramps. They don't go for walks because the sidewalks don't have ramps, they have potholes. So I work closely with BMC. I have taken BMC to court, लेकिन उसकी तो ज़रूरत भी नहीं थी क्योंकि वो खुद सामने आ रहे हैं help करने. और one of the main mandates in Prime Minister's election was accessibility. Accessibility means creating ramps.
Right.
So whatever help I need from the government, they are very forthcoming. The advocate Abha Singh has fought the case for me.
Okay.
And we have won the case in court. We are fighting to create accessibility in every restaurant, every cinema, every single public hospital, every single hotel, the sidewalks, which means the footpaths. The second cause that I have worked for in India since the last 20 years under the auspices of Roshan Kala Pesi, who was the protege of Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay. I was Roshan Kala Pesi's protege. And I've written the book called Paramparik Karigar, which means Parampara se Parampara tak, where we have covered things like Gadwa Kam, Bastar, Kantha, Kalamkari, leather puppets from Andhra. I have written
the
about
crafts of
the indigenous crafts of India, where I have written about all the indigenous crafts of India. I am fighting to preserve, to propagate, and to allow our Gen Z, Gen Alpha, millennials to understand the richness of the indigenous crafts of India. I also have held auctions where the money goes directly to the craftsmen.
Okay.
No one touches the money except the craftsmen. Recently in October, we did multi-city tour all over India, where we did shows at the Taj hotels of India because we wanted to bring craft to the elite, and that also a museum level art, indigenous art, mounted beautifully, presented beautifully. Also we have presented these, we encourage people to give these indigenous crafts as wedding gifts, where people spend in crores. My third CSR is to, every year in January when there is the festival of the Bhagavad Gita, to propagate the Bhagavad Gita, I buy hundreds of thousands of copies and I distribute it to schools, to villages, to homes, especially, all the Angrez ki aulads, to understand our culture, to understand our itihas, to understand. We are the only country in the world where we directly have the word of Bhagwan. So no other country, we actually have, a book where Bhagwan has told us how to live our lives. So the Bhagavad Gita is not a religious book. It is it's a philosophy. It's like Nietzsche, Descartes, Sartre. It tells you how to live your life in a very, very pragmatic, in a very philosophical, in a very interesting way. It tells you that you can't give up and take sannyas at a young age because you have duties to do. So it tells you how to do your duty. It's a very, very powerful book. It's a book to actually get success and seniority and fame and money within your life while respecting and taking the name of God forward.
I think in true manner you have understood what Bhagavad Gita is all
yes,
about.
I've studied it very, very shuru mein when I started studying it, it was very, very difficult because Prabhupada has written it in very, very highfalutin English, and I'm an English literature topper. But still for me it was very mind-boggling, but it took me 2 years, but now I've wrapped my head around it, and I want all of us in India to be able to celebrate the Bhagavad Gita and study it.